The 10 smallest countries in the world. Some countries are so tiny that their entire territory is no larger than a single house. In these nations, you could count the entire population on your fingers. In such places, simply owning property could make you a millionaire. Due to various historical and geographical factors, our world contains both vast nations spanning enormous territories and miniature countries. Though these tiny nations may seem insignificant based on their size, their influence should not be underestimated. In this edition, Guidepedia invites you to explore these fascinating miniature nations that dot our globe. Subscribe now as we embark on this journey together to discover the world's smallest yet most remarkable countries. Liechtenstein, the Alpine microstate where you can be king for a day. Nestled between Switzerland and Austria in Central Europe, the Principality of Liechtenstein stands as one of the world's most fascinating microstates. Though German is spoken throughout this tiny nation, it maintains no political ties with Germany itself. With a total area of just 62 square miles, about two-thirds the size of Washington, D.C., and a population numbering 38,000, Liechtenstein packs remarkable diversity into its compact borders. Only the western third of the country consists of flat river valleys, while the remainder rises into breathtaking alpine peaks. Despite its diminutive size, Liechtenstein boasts two extraordinary distinctions: spectacular mountain scenery that attracts visitors worldwide, and one of the planet's highest per capita GDPs at approximately $170,000. Ranking number 2 globally, the nation's low-tax environment and permanent neutral status have made it a magnet for European businesses, fostering a thriving financial services sector. Philatelists know Liechtenstein as the Stamp Kingdom for its world-renowned postage stamps, a must-have souvenir for visitors. But the ultimate experience? Renting the entire country for 40,000 British pounds and 6 months advance booking. You can become ceremonial monarch for a minimum of 2 days, receiving a symbolic key to the nation with access to all lands and even police services. Whether skiing alpine slopes, collecting rare stamps, or temporarily claiming a royal title, Liechtenstein proves that great things truly do come in small packages. This tiny nation demonstrates how strategic advantages can transform geographical constraints into global influence. One stamp, one bank, or one whimsical monarchy rental at a time. Asterisk Guidepedia tip. The best time to visit is January through March for winter sports, or May through September for hiking through flower-filled valleys. San Marino, a tiny nation with a grand legacy. Perched atop a mountain rising 2,156 feet in the northeastern Apennines of the Italian peninsula, the Republic of San Marino stands as a nation within a nation, completely surrounded by Italian territory, with a land area of merely 23 square miles supporting 33,000 residents. This microstate has preserved its sovereignty for over a millennium. The origin story of San Marino features several variations, with one popular account describing how a Christian stonemason named Marinus healed a noble woman and received the mountain as a gift in return. Marinus established a monastery and spread Christianity throughout the region, gradually forming a community. This religious foundation explains why 97% of San Marino's population identifies as religious today. By the 13th century, San Marino had established a revolutionary system of governance with 2 elected captains regent serving together, alongside a republican legal framework. This innovation made San Marino the world's first republic and today's oldest surviving sovereign state. Despite its diminutive size, San Marino attracts over 2 million tourists annually, drawn by its well-preserved castle ruins, rich history, exemplary citizenship, and outstanding public safety. Beyond tourism, industry and commerce form the backbone of San Marino's economy, with more than 6,000 industrial enterprises operating within its borders, essentially one business for every 5 citizens, creating a nation of entrepreneurs. This remarkable economic vitality has generated a GDP per capita of $50,000, transforming tiny San Marino into a highly developed nation envied by many larger countries. However, limited territory prevents the development of railways, airports, or harbors. The road network consists solely of one-way streets and roundabouts without a single traffic light. Perhaps most surprising is the locals' passion for automobiles, with nearly 2 vehicles per person. Yet thanks to effective management, even with more than 50,000 cars navigating its roads, San Marino experiences no major traffic congestion despite the absence of traffic signals. Tuvalu, the disappearing island nation. Tuvalu consists of 9 ring-shaped coral islands scattered across the South Pacific Ocean, with a total land area of just 10 square miles and a population hovering around 10,000. It ranks among the world's smallest nations. According to historical records, European explorers from Spain first discovered these islands in 1568. After enduring several periods of colonial rule, Tuvalu finally achieved independence in October 1978. Not only is Tuvalu tiny in size, but its land is also remarkably infertile, making agriculture nearly impossible. The nation possesses virtually no natural resources, and residents must rely entirely on rainfall for their freshwater needs. These challenging conditions have contributed to Tuvalu becoming the least visited country on Earth. Despite its limitations, this microstate maintains the essential infrastructure of a sovereign nation. Tuvalu operates public roads, water, transportation, and even its own airport. The country's entire public transportation system consists of just 2 buses that travel along the 3-mile road network in the capital. To reach any of the other 8 islands, residents must travel by boat. International connectivity is limited to 3 weekly flights to and from Fiji, giving Tuvalu the distinction of having the fewest scheduled flights of any country with an airport. The nation faces an existential threat due to its low elevation. Its highest point rises just 13 feet above sea level. Rising sea levels caused by greenhouse effects have put Tuvalu at risk of complete submersion. In November 2001, after securing agreement from New Zealand, the Tuvaluan government announced plans for a gradual evacuation of its citizens to New Zealand. This decision made Tuvalu the first country in history to implement a national relocation program due to environmental threats. The Republic of Nauru. Paradise Lost. The Republic of Nauru, like Tuvalu, is a tiny nation located in the Pacific Ocean. However, Nauru consists of just a single coral reef island measuring approximately 3.5 miles long by 2.5 miles wide, with a coastline stretching about 13 miles. This minuscule landmass encompasses only 8 square miles of territory, supporting a population of 11,000 people, making it the world's smallest island nation. Historical records indicate that Micronesians and Polynesians settled on Nauru 3,000 years ago. Due to its remote location, surrounded entirely by ocean, the island existed as an isolated paradise for millennia. This isolation ended in 1798 when British Captain John Hunter aboard the HMS Hunter reached Nauru and named it Pleasant Island, initiating the first contact between Western civilization and Nauru. The island subsequently endured occupation by various foreign powers until finally achieving independence in 1968. Initially blessed with favorable environmental conditions, Nauru earned the nickname Paradise Island. The landscape featured abundant coconut trees and served as habitat for numerous rare bird species. Most significantly, the island contained vast phosphate deposits, making it one of the Pacific's 3 major phosphate rock producers. Through mining and exporting this valuable resource, Nauru developed a remarkably prosperous economy, with a per capita GDP reaching 5 times that of the United States at its peak. However, phosphate is a non-renewable resource. As deposits depleted and environmental degradation from mining intensified, coupled with mismanagement of the National Wealth Fund, Nauru plummeted from prosperity to poverty. Desperate for revenue, the government resorted to unconventional methods, transforming the island into a tax haven and money laundering center during the 1990s. The nation's continued survival now largely depends on financial assistance from Australia. Monaco, the playground of the ultra-wealthy. Monaco is situated on the southern coast of France, bordered by the Mediterranean Sea to the south and completely surrounded by French territory on its northern, western, and eastern sides, making it another country within a country. Modern Monaco consists primarily of the historic Old Town and subsequently developed surrounding areas, with a territory spanning merely 0.76 square miles. This tiny principality supports approximately 37,000 residents, making it one of the world's most densely populated countries. Despite its limited size and crowded conditions, Monaco's wealth makes the entire world green with envy. 30% of Monaco's residents are billionaires, while the remainder consist of millionaires and multimillionaires. Ferraris and McLarens crowd the streets, and locals purchase luxury handbags, private jets, and yachts as casually as others buy groceries. If you can imagine it, Monaco can acquire it. Unsurprisingly, Monaco's per capita GDP has ranked number 1 globally since 1970. In 2020, it reached an astonishing $190,000 per person, while neighboring France managed just $38,600. This prosperity stems from Monaco's historical decision to sacrifice 90% of its territory to secure independence. To develop economically, the government invested heavily in the gambling industry, attracting countless wealthy individuals from around the world. The substantial revenue generated allowed Monaco to develop rapidly. Unlike other service-oriented economies, Monaco's low-tax environment has drawn numerous people and businesses to establish residence. The country even exempts its citizens from taxation, a true paradise for the wealthy. Consequently, this tiny territory hosts 41 banks, establishing itself as a crucial European financial center. Additionally, Monaco generates substantial tourism revenue. Visitors come not only to enjoy the scenic coastline, but also to experience Europe's oldest casino and witness world-class Formula One racing up close, feeling the thrill of speed and excitement firsthand. Vatican City, the world's smallest sovereign state. Vatican City is a truly exceptional nation, situated on elevated terrain in the northwestern corner of Rome. It's not only a country within a country, but also the world's only nation entirely contained within a city. Its territory spans just 0.17 square miles, equivalent to about 60 football fields, making it extraordinarily compact. With approximately 800 permanent residents, Vatican City stands as the internationally recognized country with both the smallest area and lowest population. What distinguishes Vatican City further is its evolution from a religious state. Unlike conventional political systems, Vatican City is governed by the Holy See, which represents the supreme authority of the Catholic Church worldwide. Most permanent residents are clergy, bishops, priests, and nuns. The nation's primary workforce consists of 2,000 secular employees who commute daily from Rome, working in Vatican City during daylight hours before returning to their Italian homes each evening. Vatican City ranks among the world's most renowned historical and cultural centers, housing unparalleled artistic treasures and architectural masterpieces. At its heart stands St. Peter's Basilica, the largest Catholic church globally. In 1984, UNESCO designated Vatican City as a World Heritage Site, making it the only country whose entire territory enjoys this prestigious status. As the spiritual home for Catholics worldwide and the faith center for 1/6 of the global population, Vatican City welcomes hundreds of thousands of pilgrims daily. Catholic nations across the globe look to it for religious guidance. This combination of artistic wealth and religious significance grants Vatican City international influence exceeding that of many larger countries. Despite its minuscule size, Vatican City's diplomatic weight rivals major powers like the United States, China, Russia, the United Kingdom, and France. To enhance the video's interest, Guidepedia will next introduce several small private nations that, while lacking international recognition, have established surprisingly sophisticated governmental systems despite their limited territories. Asterisk travel tip. When visiting Vatican City, remember that modest dress is required to enter St. Peter's Basilica. Shoulders and knees must be covered regardless of the summer heat. The Conch Republic, America's playful micronation. The Conch Republic encompasses just 6 square miles at the southernmost tip of Florida, a tiny self-proclaimed nation that was once the longtime residence of famous American author Ernest Hemingway. Originally known as Key West, this area's unique geographical position made it a discreet landing spot for undocumented immigrants. In 1982, the federal government established checkpoints to prevent illegal immigration, requiring residents to present identification to prove they weren't undocumented immigrants. Feeling deeply insulted by this treatment, Key West residents declared independence from the United States on April 23, 1982, giving birth to what became known as the Conch Republic. The micronation's most celebrated historical moment occurred in 1996 when the U.S. military chose the area for island assault exercises. The Conch Republic interpreted this as an invasion, prompting their president to lead citizens armed with bread loaves and water guns against the American forces. The surprised military personnel surrendered in less than a minute. This victory is commemorated as the Republic's greatest historical achievement, with citizens reenacting the battle during annual independence celebrations through water gun fights and bread throwing. Though widely regarded as a theatrical protest against government overreach, the Conch Republic name persists, with elaborate Independence Day celebrations held every April 23rd. The Republic issues its own passports and currency. A blue citizen passport costs $100, while the red diplomatic passport sells for up to $1,200. These documents, adorned with pink conch emblems, are reportedly accepted in Germany, Switzerland, and several Caribbean nations. Some Caribbean heads of state have even purchased these passports as souvenirs during visits. Interestingly, in 2003, the micronation received recognition from the United Nations. For just $100, you too can become a Conch Republic citizen by purchasing a blue passport. The Republic of Molossia, America's quirky micronation. On a small plot in Nevada sits a self-proclaimed sovereign nation within a nation called the Republic of Molossia. Founded by farmer Kevin Baugh, this private country represents one of America's most elaborate micronational experiments. According to the official government website, Molossia was established in 1970 and encompasses a mere 0.01 square miles, equivalent to about 3.5 football fields. The territory includes only President Baugh's house, a small yard, and 2 buildings in Southern California, making it appear rather comical at first glance. Though completely surrounded by United States territory, Molossia maintains a surprisingly assertive stance on its sovereignty. The Republic has even established border security measures to prevent American encroachment. The population has grown from the original 4 citizens to 34 current residents, including 4 dogs, since President Baugh remains reluctant to accept immigrants. The responsibility for population growth falls primarily on the First Lady. Despite its diminutive size, Molossia boasts numerous governmental institutions. The country has established dedicated postal and telecommunications systems. Though, given the tiny territory, shouting loudly often proves more efficient than making phone calls or sending emails in emergencies. The nation also issues its own currency called the Valora, which resembles casino chips and maintains a fluctuating exchange rate with the US dollar. 3 Valoris will buy you a can of cookies. Tourism represents Molossia's most profitable industry. After arranging entry in advance, visitors receive a warm welcome and Molossian visa. For a $30 admission fee, the uniformed president transforms into a tour guide, introducing visitors to the country and showcasing their newspaper, beer, mineral water, railway, and aviation industries. Nevertheless, this micronation has yet to receive recognition from any established country, with most people regarding it as merely an elaborate joke. The president continues working to enhance his nation's legitimacy and has even established a navy, though visitors often fall silent upon seeing the fleet of 3 inflatable rafts. The Principality of Sealand, a nation on a platform. The Principality of Sealand is located in the North Sea, approximately 6 miles off the Suffolk coast of England, with an area of merely 0.0015 square miles. It claims to be the world's smallest country, though it lacks international recognition. When passing by on a cruise ship, you might be startled by its appearance. Isn't that just an old drilling platform? In fact, Sealand's only territory is Ruff's Tower, a former British sea fortress built during World War II. After the war, a retired military veteran seized the abandoned structure and proclaimed himself Prince of Sealand, together with his princess, princess, and prime minister. The nation's population consists of just 5 people. Remarkably, Sealand has experienced a coup d'état and even an incident where the prime minister kidnapped the prince in an attempted power grab. The micronation has also claimed victory in confrontations with the British Navy to gain worldwide recognition. The prince's first act after establishing his country was to commission a national flag, passport, anthem, and currency. The Sealand coins are made of pure silver, featuring the handsome profiles of the prince and princess on the front and the national coat of arms on the reverse. They come in denominations of 20 and 25, holding some collector's value. After 1997, Sealand's reputation grew throughout Europe, attracting many self-funded tourists to this playground-sized nation. Some visitors even purchase permanent Sealand passports, with circulation reportedly reaching 150,000. Today, the sea fortress is largely uninhabited. The royal family sustains itself by selling merchandise, noble titles, and territorial claims through their official website. Following Brexit, many Britons voluntarily joined Sealand, frantically purchasing titles and land online. For as little as £19.90, you can acquire a noble title, allowing the princely family to earn hundreds of thousands of euros annually without lifting a finger.